Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of Slacker News. I'm Martin.
I'm Shane.
Today it is the 17th of November, Friday the 17th, and we're going to talk about a lot of stuff, so get ready for it. We're going to talk about the Tesla truck event, the security vulnerabilities with
Amazon Key.
Amazon Key, and some stuff about Twitter, because we always end up talking about Twitter, let's be real.
No.
And the podcast is now on iTunes, so if you're listening to it on iTunes, good job.
Woo!
And if you're not, then you can if you want to.
Also, woo!
Yeah. So let's get into it. What should we start with?
Let's go Tesla.
Oh, shit. Okay, really put me on the spot here. So, as of recording this, it was last night that Tesla had their big event. So, people went to watch Elon Musk talk about trucks. And these are very nice trucks. So if you
Weren't
haven't
they
seen
secret trucks as well?
I mean, people kind of knew about them. Like, I had heard that they were going to happen. They're very nice. They're very nice trucks. They had a great like infographic where they were like, "Here's a regular diesel truck, and here's our truck," and they were showing like the 0 to 60, and like with a full load and with nothing on it. So with nothing on it, you could see okay, it's quite a bit faster. But with a full load, the other one didn't look like it was moving. Like at some point in the presentation, he's like, "Okay, so see that one that doesn't look like it's moving? Yeah, that's the diesel one." It's crazy. It's one seater at the very front, just like one person sat right in the middle, and screens all around them. It's got thermonuclear explosion proof glass all around.
Why?
Because apparently windscreens in trucks break once a year, and it's illegal to drive with a truck with a broken windscreen, so it costs the company money. So they were like, let's just put fucking better than bulletproof glass on this thing. He was like, if it doesn't survive a thermonuclear explosion, you get a refund.
That's fair. That's completely fair.
So what do you know about these? Have you seen much at all?
Well, about those windscreens, I'd be worried that the windscreen would survive intact, but it would just pop off inwards.
They did a test where they got like a big metal ball. It looked like the back axle of a car, and they swung it on a regular windscreen and this windscreen, and it just kind of bounced off this one and shattered the other one. But they've got a very sleek aerodynamic design.
It looks exactly how I thought it would.
Yeah, they're actually more aerodynamic than the Bugatti Chiron, I think, which is some $2 million sports car that I will never own. But because of the flat pack at the bottom, how it's just like complete flat bed of batteries, it's gonna be pretty good for aerodynamicism.
So the back bottom that the actual load sits on is just a big battery.
I think it's just like the whole underside of it, like same with the
right.
cars. Like all the Teslas have just like this big sheet of like laptop batteries below them. So I think it has a range of like 600 miles. And
what's the charging time on it, or is it electric?
It is electric, totally. Yeah. The charging time, he was saying that you could charge it while you're unloading it, which is pretty. It's a good idea. And the other thing was I think I forget this. He was saying that most, like 85% of truck journeys are under 200 miles or 300 miles, so they're gonna be fine with the range. So it's gonna be good.
Seems like he's really just trying to combat the haters here.
Yeah, no, he was like, jackknifing, a trucker's worst nightmare. So that's like when you, as far as I remember, that's when you brake and the load
Smashes
behind
into you.
Essentially, yeah, it has so much momentum that it comes in at an angle. It's really hard to do without visualizing it, but essentially the back of it is the driving force, and the front can like bend and then it can flip. He was saying it's got a very, very low center of gravity because of the really heavy battery pack on the bottom.
Yeah.
So the chances of it rolling are pretty slim. And it's got autopilot built into all of them.
What type of autopilot?
Advanced autopilot.
Shit.
I was prepared for that one. So it will keep lanes and it will maintain speed, that kind of stuff, change lanes when it needs to, brake when it needs to, that kind of thing. And if someone has a medical emergency while they're driving and the car doesn't get a response from them, so it like beeps and gets you to like grab the wheel. So if it doesn't get that response, then it will gradually bring it to a slow and change lanes as it needs to. And it will like ring emergency services as well with your location and all that crack. So really thought this through quite a bit.
And that'll work if you fall asleep as well.
Yeah, I guess so. But how many emergency services are going to be called? Like, oh yeah, I was just asleep. I'm sorry. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I think they're like 200,000. They're coming out in 2019. But yeah, what's your thoughts?
What's 200,000 versus the price of a normal truck? 'Cause I
have
imagine that's like
absolutely
pretty
no idea.
competitive, honestly.
I think it's a bit dearer. Maybe I'd say it's a right bit dearer, but he was saying you make a lot of savings in maintenance and in fuel, obviously, because you don't really have to worry about fuel.
Yeah.
500 miles of range. So he was saying the savings are pretty crazy. It's like 150,000 savings.
In the lifetime of the truck.
See, he didn't specify a time frame, but I'm assuming that's what he means. Like,
You will save money
yeah,
eventually.
just like a blanket statement, like, yeah, this is gonna happen. So
It
eventually,
just
they're just gonna
works.
take the drivers out of them. Like, they only have one seat. So
That's what his Hyperloop is. You're going to build it with the intention of people getting in it, and then you go, actually, people aren't allowed in it, and then we just have one of those giant pneumatic tubes.
But
But now you can transport cars. See, that's how he's going to get his cars to market quicker than anyone else,
Right.
by shooting them undersea.
So so it goes 400 miles on a 30-minute charge, which is
13 or 30.
30.
That's
400 miles.
really good.
That's insanely good. Because like the standard for electric cars, things like the Model S, I think is like 200 miles that they can go like at all. Like if you start running out of battery, you like turn off your heaters and shit, you know. But no range anxiety with it.
I guess they wouldn't have the space for the battery.
Yeah, they just have the big flat bed on the back, but
Yeah.
apart from that. But yeah, no, it's a cool idea. I think people might go for them because it seems like there's a lot of cost savings, and it doesn't seem like there'd be too much bother with them. Seems
It'll
like it'd fun to drive.
be massive companies
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely.
more than anything.
Yeah, they'll just look at they'll do like the cost analysis or whatever business people do. And,
Cost benefit analysis.
there we go.
I did one of them once.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at you.
I chose to buy the can of Coke.
What was the benefit?
I got the Coke.
All right, okay, happiness.
It's pretty simple.
So at the same event, this was kind of a surprise announcement. They unleashed the Roadster, which is the same name that they used for the original Tesla Roadster, which was their first car, which they didn't sell too many of. But it's essentially a sports car. This one has 4 seats instead of 2 seats, so it's not really much of a roadster. But it's just a great car. It is just so beautiful. So it starts off the presentation. They have like a garage door onto the stage. It opens, there's smoke everywhere, and then these like headlights come on, but they're like thin and like piercing, so they look like, you know, eyes glaring out of the darkness. And then this red sports car comes and starts doing laps around the place, insane speeds.
Around where?
Just the stage. Like they have this big fucking area to drive around in,
Oh,
and then it pulls up.
pretty.
Yeah, it's fucking gorgeous. It pulls up to the front. Elon rolls out, and he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty nice, isn't it?" So it does 0 to 60 in 1.8 seconds, I think is the time.
I don't think I can fall that fast.
So it accelerates with 1.45 Gs of torque, like the equivalent. I know torque is measured in Gs.
In Jeej.
In GG. Torque is measured in Gauge. Fuck.
Torque is measured in G's.
It's not, but you know. So torque isn't measured in that, but it does 1.45 Gs.
Does
of
that mean
thrust?
it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it takes 5 Gs to pass out. So that puts it in perspective. It's like having another half of gravity applied on you. Because 1 G is gravity, isn't it?
Oh,
Is that how that
okay.
works?
Yeah.
I think that's how it works.
1 gravity.
1 gravity per second. So, yeah, the Roadster, it's beautiful. It has some weird, like, top door. I don't know how the convertible part works, because it can be a convertible, but then I don't see, like, any folding or withdrawing mechanism. So the base model of it's going to be 200,000 with a 50,000 deposit. And
That's more than the truck.
Yeah, I can't actually find the price of the truck, but it's something like that.
So far, the truck's becoming a lot more viable.
So they're not gonna start making until 2020, but I think you can like reserve it now if you put up a fuck ton of money. But yeah, no, it's just crazy. He was comparing it to like supercars, and it does better than a lot of them. So I think people are gonna start actually using it for racing. Maybe, I don't know. He says like the motors will essentially never wear out. If you brake, it recharges the batteries, so the brake pads aren't gonna wear out. Electric motors aren't gonna wear out. It's
The
just
brake pads would wear out.
no.
Why?
He was like, essentially they won't, because it just converts it all back into battery energy.
As opposed to destroying them.
Yeah,
Oh,
just
okay.
using friction. I don't know how it just uses resistance, I guess, and it winds it up like a winding torch. That's how I think of it.
It's weird how
Really
no
easy.
one thought Musk could succeed with his electric cars. And there was so much backlash, but I guess that was just fear from the industry. It's what they do.
Well, I mean, the first one didn't sell well at all because it was not great. It was the original Roadster, which I loved back in the day.
But
Like,
it had to be a stepping stone. You can't just immediately go like, "Hey, look,
oh yeah,
this is an
here's the
amazing thing
Model
I made."
S.
Yeah.
Like the fucking dream car or whatever.
Well, he's doing incredibly well.
Yeah.
Does he still do that thing he did at PayPal, where he has literally no money because he reinvested all of it?
I think he's doing fine.
Oh, okay.
I think he's doing okay now.
He reinvested all of his PayPal money and had to borrow rent money off people.
Yeah, pretty much. He had like a tiny bit of money. He made, so what was it? X.com was bought by PayPal, and then PayPal was sold, and he got some of the money, or did he get the money when X.com was sold to PayPal?
I thought he did PayPal.
No, that was like Peter Thiel. He did X.com, which was bought by PayPal.
He would have got money when X stock got
Yeah,
bought
okay.
then.
So he used that money, and he made Tesla, SpaceX, and Solar City.
Yeah.
So he made
And
three.
he got hair.
He made three $1 billion companies pretty well.
Okay, so Twitter, and there's been a lot of problems with Twitter lately, and by a lot of problems, I mean people are mad at them because they gave a white supremacist a verified checkmark. Now, I'm pretty sure that's just to prove that he is who he is, because there's a lot of fake accounts, because he's pretty prominent. But they're like, oh, now they've changed their terms and conditions, so now you have to be a good boy if you want to be verified. Or, like, what do you think about that there?
I have a lot of kind of problems with Twitter doing stuff like this, which makes it sound like I'm a Nazi sympathizer. I'm not. I'll get that said first off the bat. Not gonna make this a PewDiePie situation, but see, you always think of Twitter, you're like, oh, it's an online platform for totally free speech. You can say whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's a private company, and they can decide what kinds of speech they want, what kind of people they want on the platform. Like, they've banned people before when they just essentially didn't agree with them. Taking away people's verified checks is just kind of like...
It seems petty, almost.
Yeah, it kind of does. I mean, it's like, okay, you're not in the club. Like, you're on the site, but you're not, like, one of us,
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It is kind of weird, but, like, they have the ability to do whatever they feel like doing.
Yeah.
And they don't have to be, like, beholden to any, like, laws of free speech, because, that's not what Twitter is, essentially. So it's just a matter of whether you personally agree with it and want to continue using their service, I guess.
I feel that what they've done is a bit weird in the sense they go, okay, you can be a white supremacist on our platform, but we're not going to prove that you are you.
Yeah.
So it should either be get rid of them or just verify them, because that's what verification is.
Yeah. It's like, okay, you are definitely this person.
And then I hate when you see random people with the verified badge and they're like, their bio is just, that doesn't mean anything. I'm just a regular guy. And you're like, then why do you have it? And they're like so high and mighty about it.
They probably set up like fake accounts of themselves, so they can like contact Twitter support and be like, I need to be verified. My fans need to know who the real me is.
That is excessive. I like it.
I mean, it works. Like if you register something.com, this is a pro tip, by the way. If you register something.com, and especially if you have an email that's your name at something.com, and you want that something.com as your Twitter handle, and it's not really actively in use, you have a really strong case to just take it.
I've been waiting for Slacker news to come up, but they want like a couple grand for it.
Yeah.
I didn't reply, and now they keep sending me emails like, "Hey, don't you want this?" I was like, "No, I don't really."
I was looking in my Google Calendar recently, and I saw an event for April of next year, I think, and it's when martinmclaughlin.com goes up for renewal. So I set in the calendar event for the day before, and just gotta keep refreshing and see if I can swipe it. It's really scummy, but I kind of want to do it because it's a really nice domain.
So if I make Martin McL 43 on Twitter, and keep doing that,
keep iterating,
and I keep copying your posts, eventually you can go like, "Hey, this guy's pretending to be me."
I mean,
or eventually I can go, "You're pretending to be me," and I can get the verified account.
If you tweet more than like 300 times, you'll have more than mine at the moment, so that could work.
Mine's empty and private.
It's okay. You're not verified because you're a white supremacist. That's how we know now.
I'm not a white supremacist. I just have an all-white profile picture and a white background. But that was just so it would match Twitter and it would blend in and look really weird on the app.
Oh yeah, okay, that's interesting tactic. But so it's not just one person who's been de-verified. It's like the whole group.
Just bold boys.
Just just the bold boys, the ones that didn't.
And girls.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
And other. Moral of the story: don't be a white supremacist.
And if you are going to, don't use Twitter if you want to be verified.
Are you aware of Amazon Key?
I am.
I know, you told me earlier. Anyway.
Yeah. It's great.
Basically, you buy a lovely smart device and you replace your home's lock with it. And then you can just unlock it with your phone. With a regular key, I think. And then I can give you access to my house at certain times. And that allows delivery men to show up. But here's the thing. There's a new little exploit with it that is both an exploit and doesn't matter at all. So basically, you can interrupt the video feed if you just keep spamming the router it's connected to.
Fuck's sake.
So
you're just DDoSing the lock?
Well, it's not DDoS because it's one thing.
Okay.
So it's a
Fair.
DOS.
Fair.
Yeah, you just keep hitting the lock with requests.
It just interrupts the video feed.
Yeah, but it doesn't die.
Yeah.
It just shows the last available frame.
Okay.
So
it just
looks like no
buffers.
one's in the house. No, it doesn't buffer.
Yeah, but it doesn't receive new video, so
it just looks like there's no one in the house.
Okay.
So this is the whole thing that delivery men or something could do that and rob you.
Okay. Well, like the whole concept of locks, like smart locks, and you can give like temporary expiring codes to someone else. That's been around for maybe a year or two. But the whole delivery people camera thing
coming into your home,
I think that one's new. And people were saying, like one of the things about this, they're not going to go in with your fancy lock, deliver your package, pick up a couple of your things and take them with them. But they can, like, they're still allowed into your house. So they can still, case the joint.
Yeah.
Figure out what nice things you have. Since you have like what does that thing cost? Like $300?
It's about that. There's a few models, I think.
Yeah. You're bound to have too much money if you've got one of those.
Yeah.
So you're going to have plenty of nice things to steal. Don't worry about it.
So the actual thing records the delivery driver can't actually get into the house until it's a certain time, and Amazon have verified they're at the right house.
Right.
And then it also verifies when the door locks.
Is it just Amazon drivers or is it
Amazon delivery people?
Okay, so no UPS, FedEx, DHL.
I don't know. Maybe they can be approved, but there's like a huge vetting process.
Okay.
Because you can't just allow anyone to go into a random house.
Generally good practice.
Yeah.
What about Uber? You order an Uber.
Yeah.
The night before.
Yeah.
They come into your house.
Yeah.
Wake you up.
Yeah. Make you French toast.
Yeah.
I don't know what French toast is. So this would be perfect for me.
It's great. It's fantastic. I made like a half a loaf of French toast. It was the best.
You're describing a mother.
So be it. It's you get eggs, you crack them, you put them in a bowl and whisk them all up, and then you soak a loaf or a slice of bread in egg.
Yeah.
And then you fry it on the pan, so like the egg seeps into the bread.
And then you put a fried egg on it.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No. That's too meta. So yeah, that's a new one. Someone comes into your house and drags you into their Uber, and you can eat a Hot Pocket in the back of the Uber and get dropped into work.
Will they shower me too?
No.
Just passed out. Like,
So, I don't think I would trust having any kind of lock like that on my door.
Smart lock. You like the old analog lock system we have now?
No.
Which used to just be called a lock.
A lock, yeah. It's an acoustic toothbrush now.
I have acoustic drums. No, analog drums.
Oh god, yeah.
They're just wooden.
I don't know. Like, it's weird. I have like a double standard because if I set up like an RFID lock myself, I would probably trust it more than this one, which is stupid because Amazon has people that are way smarter than me. But then I would know kind of the whole process behind it, and you know,
like exactly.
Yeah, and if it went wrong, it would be my fault.
I just don't like the idea of a door being hackable.
Yeah,
it's like movies, man. They walk up, they hit a load of numbers on their laptop, it just explodes open.
Yeah, it is a bit overkill, but at the same time, I guess it's a good idea. Like, I've never had you've had a package just left like outside your house, and it would be better if that package was left inside the house.
I think what happened there was they delivered to my uncle, and he went, "Oh yeah, they live over there."
Yeah.
And then he went, "Yeah, just leave it outside."
Oh, okay.
And they were like, "Okay," which they shouldn't have done.
Yeah.
It was a €1,500 laptop.
Yeah.
And I didn't know it was there. I got home and I'm like, no, I was in bed. And they went to the wrong house and they just dropped this outside my front door.
Yeah.
They didn't even check if we were there. So I walk outside and I'm like, oh, hey, look. There's my laptop that's been missing for a month.
Yeah. It's just quality customer service. So would you rather they were pre-approved to just enter your house and leave it in? What do you think?
Or
knock on the door, be like, oh, is someone here?
I don't get why we can't just have a box.
Yeah.
Like a bigger mailbox.
I guess.
Yeah.
But then someone could just take it out of that mailbox. Like, not where you live, but in like a more built up, like, think of like suburbs or like rougher areas. If you're getting something delivered, you have to be there, or they'll like hide it in your, they'll try and hide a laptop box under your floor mat or your welcome mat.
It's like 2 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
In my mind, they hit it like kind of like not flat, but like standing up perfectly.
So there's some situations where it makes sense if you want someone to have access to your home with like an access code, or you just like allow them from your phone. Yeah, I get it. But
PO boxes is fine. Just bigger PO boxes.
I guess.
Or like we have Parcel Motel here.
Yeah.
So that was just a load of like deposit boxes behind a dodgy petrol station where all the cool boys hang out in their racing cars.
See, there's always a solution to the problems we have.
Well, actually, Parcel Motel got their entire depot raided, just robbed.
Oh, I think I heard about this.
It was actually, we could break into people's houses individually, or we could just rob a load of stuff that's been posted to people and hope it's worth money.
Yeah. Especially do that like around the time a new iPhone comes out.
Think of all the €6 dresses from boohoo.com. They're going to have millions.
Suddenly like a really dodgy ad comes up in like Done Deal or something. It's like very, very, very lightly used.
Depot stock.
Should we wrap?
We should go. Our time management's fucking terrible.
It's the best. So that was episode 6 of Slacker News. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and as far as audio platforms, we are on iTunes, SoundCloud
Pro now.
Oh yeah. Pro Unlimited, actually. Such fucking nerds. TuneIn Radio, and did I say YouTube already?
Stitcher. YouTube.
We've applied for Spotify. We're on a lot of places. Chances are you'll find us if you have a podcast app of choice. Just
you
search
will not
Slacker
find
News.
us in Google.
In Google?
No, if you Google it, we don't come up. Our SEO is not on fleek.
We'll work on that. That's something we can work on. So, yeah. Thanks for listening.
Bye.